Blazing Hit Radio.
Better music.
Less commercials.
More Larry and Kathie.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Good morning, everybody.
Wiggins out today. Producer Bolty's in the house. What's up, Mike?
Good morning.
Good morning.
So it was we had an extra day off yesterday, and then we had some technical issues on the station, but we're up and running, and we're back, damn it.
Yeah, thank you to everybody that let us know there was something wrong with the app yesterday.
Well, I was the first one that was woke up, and I heard it, and then I text the powers that be, and then I was like, oh, I hope the powers that be wake up soon.
Yeah.
And then eventually they got to it. So
They didn't.
Yeah, exactly. It was a while. So
More or less they didn't.
Yeah.
So you guys had to deal without us yesterday, and we had to deal without you. We're sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we're back, and it's Tuesday, and hopefully it'll be a short week. Although last week it was a long week, even though we had Monday off.
I love how you say that. You get a day off, and you're like, "It's short week, everybody."
I know.
Because everyone that's been putting in 65 hours are like, "I could kill Larry right now."
I know, but some people, this is their Friday, so they're like, woohoo!
So yeah, every day is always somebody's Friday.
So I was talking to you on the way in because there was like some creeper guy. Like something's wrong with our garage door, and it's been like stuck on up
For like almost 2 weeks now.
Right, and so what's the point of having a covered garage and entrance to your work if it's just going to be open?
Well, especially in this neighborhood.
Which-
not that I'm that lady.
No.
In this neighborhood.
No,
Something
but
in my teeth.
it's true because during the day, this is a great neighborhood. It's the high-low. It's the lowlands or whatever.
Well, I think across the street over there, it's a great neighborhood.
No, I'm just saying at night it becomes a terrifying neighborhood.
It becomes a lot of people, hey, you got some of that stuff?
Kind of, because
Right.
it's really in close proximity to downtown, and so you always kind of think like, ooh, downtown's scary.
No,
at
I
least
think it's
do.
the hotel right on the other side of our street.
Meth
Right.
lab.
Yeah, right, exactly.
It's a Ramada Inn. That's a brand name. But it definitely is the place where you'd go if you're a prostitute.
For real.
Yeah. So I saw this guy as he was just standing outside, and that's fine because some people are walking their dogs or whatever.
Yes.
But I didn't see
Which blows my mind. Excuse me.
I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
see a dog. So I was like, So then I pulled in, and I came in, and then Bolty came in, and I was like, hey, did you see some creeper hanging out there? He's like, yeah, he just walked down the ramp. And I was like, oh, great. So then I called Kathie, and I was like, creeper alert.
Yeah,
Let me know when you pull in.
totally.
And so I don't know if it's a real creeper, but he's like, and then I saw a car zoom out of the parking garage.
He found a car that was unlocked
Exactly.
and stole one.
That's what I thought.
I would.
As long as he's gone.
Right, exactly.
Well, and then
Sucks for you should really lock your car.
Yeah.
no, for sure, definitely.
Just because you're downstairs in the parking garage and nobody can get there without that ramp.
all
doesn't
the
mean
more
you-
reason.
Yeah.
But no. Remember that I was pulling in here once, and some car like came in because the garage opened, and they followed me in.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
right. And then they went and parked a little ways away, and then so I was like, I felt so uneasy about it. I didn't get out of my car. I went and drove around, did a U-turn, and started driving back toward where they went. And the girl was walking toward my car,
Okay.
and so I was like, ooh, wrong. So I just left, and then they left.
Walking towards your car like they were going to talk to you?
Like yes, like
Oh.
like I think she was going to be the one that's like, can you help me? And then
Right.
he hits you on the head.
Kunk.
Or
Yeah,
right, pulls the gun out. So then I drove out and then went around the block and they were gone.
Okay.
So whatever.
Did you remember the make and model of the car?
No.
Did you give the police a description of the
No,
girl?
I mean it was a black
Of course
SUV.
not.
It was a black SUV.
Not me. I'm always like license plate number 7XJ. Do you do that, Mikey?
Yeah, I mean, one time some guy backed into my car downtown, and I started yelling at him, and he was like getting mad at me until I started taking pictures of his license plate, and then he was like, just
And then he took off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always, because of the pot smoke, I'm always paranoid. Even like the other day, Chris and I got back from walking the dog, and there was like some people parked across the street from us.
I'm always like,
on
what are
that
you
same
doing
block.
here?
Right, and they were
Who do
just
you
like,
know?
they were just hanging out, and they were just parked there, and I was just like, I'm like that meme of the guy that's like against the door with the gun, like somebody else drove by. You know what I
No,
mean?
for real.
Right.
If somebody's a car like parked around your house, you always like wondering.
I keep checking.
Right. Who are you?
I keep checking.
What do you need?
Right, for
Like I'll
sure.
go around the block one more time just before I leave my house.
God forbid somebody pulls in your driveway just to back up and turn around.
Yeah, right.
Then I'm all, alert, alert, get the gun, alert.
Are you kidding me? You'd go in your panic room.
No, for sure. But it's kind of cool that Yosh kind of barks at people. You know what I mean? He definitely sounds the alarm.
Right.
But it's usually he barks at the most innocent people. Like, old lady in a stroller with a baby. Scary guy with a crowbar. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Right.
He lets him in. I remember one time I was in my neighborhood and it was like, I had probably like a half hour before I had to be home to relieve the babysitter. It was right after Avery was born. And I was like, I don't want to go home yet. You know, like I just can't go in yet. So I drove through the neighborhood and then I parked around on the street behind me, just parked in front of somebody's house, right?
Right.
And I sat there doing social media, whatever it was.
Tinder.
I just wasn't going home. Tinder, right.
Kathy's on Grinder.
Baby? I don't have a baby.
You gotta meet me a block away from my house.
Right.
I'll walk you in the garage.
And all of a sudden, I'm not paying attention. All of a sudden, some dude is trying to get into my passenger side.
Oh my God, that's terrifying.
Right. And
You're
I was
all,
like,
I didn't swipe left yet.
right. I was like, what? You
And
know,
you're all,
like,
so he's back and I let him in. And
no, I mean,
we're friends to this day.
it took me off guard so much that I just put it into drive and took off. But I mean, for all I know, he was waiting for an Uber.
Yeah,
like, who
that's
knows?
what I was going to say.
I remember when I used to go a different way to work, and I used to take that back way past the jail, and I told you there was a guy that was like literally waving me down in the street, and then I slowed down and totally went for my passenger door.
That's crazy.
And I was all,
yeah, totally.
and that guy
You
was
hit him.
probably like,
He rolls.
I'm having a heart attack. I'm all, have it by yourself.
Not by the jail, at least.
Yeah, sorry, dude. Your geography screwed you.
Right, and the time. It's dark. Mm-mm.
Nope.
Didn't you see a wizard one morning?
That was
too?
him. That was the guy.
wizard?
And he kind of like, he actually, like when I went past him, he literally, like, I felt him
On
touch the
car.
door.
Whoa.
Right. And I was just like, who knows what would happen if I would have, like, stopped and asked, are you okay? Or something
Right,
like that.
totally.
Yeah, he could.
I put a spell on you.
So none shall pass, halfling. None shall pass.
Yeah, you don't know what you're getting in the morning.
He was Gandalf the Gay. Yeah, so be careful out there, people. You never know who's who. It's better to be paranoid than not be paranoid. I mean, that guy sitting outside today could have been just a regular guy. You know what I mean? Who knows?
Like he could be the richest tenant here in the building, and he just has like insomnia, and he's just wandering around.
He's
'cause he has
writing a
nothing
book.
to do. Right? Exactly.
I'll never trust this parking garage because of that time where the garage opened and that pit bull came in. There was that gray pit bull, who's the sweetest pit bull. But at the time, I didn't know.
And she is a big
pit bull,
strong
horse head.
Yeah.
And so she came in and I was getting stuff in. My hands were full, and she just was by herself. And no owner was behind her, and she started circling around me going,
Oh, hell no.
and I was like, this is how it ends. This is how it ends.
This is how it ends by a dog. I love dogs.
Right. And then the owner came in,
The hot owner.
hot owner, definitely like a 10.
Yeah.
And he's a Garco brother. So he came in, he's like, oh, hey, she's harmless. I was like, doesn't sound it.
Right. Maybe
No.
you don't hear her.
Right.
She's Zoe, isn't that her name?
Yeah, I think so.
She's
God,
adorable.
she even remembers my enemies' names. I know she's not. She's a really good dog, total people person, but not when you're alone in a parking garage.
Right. And your hands were full, so it's not like you could be like, "Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl?" You were just like some stranger with a bunch of weird stuff in your hands.
It's good to be paranoid.
Yeah.
Blazing Hit Radio.
I love that morning show.
Now with more us.
They wake me up.
Better music, less commercials, more Larry and Kathie.
In the morning, in the shower.
On the toilet. When I run out of toilet paper and I have to do that weird walk to where it's at.
Yeah.
And you realize, oh, I'm not home alone. Are you the person that's like, honey, bring me some toilet paper?
No, we keep the toilet paper right above the toilet.
Oh.
So you never have to go far. You just have to reach up and give a good stretch.
So then you never run out there and then have to go get from where it's at, or is it all there?
No, I just notice, let's replenish it.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
'Cause
Are
we
you
have that
kidding me?
little-
I'm with Mr. Efficient in the home.
We have that thing where it's like little drawers in ours, but
Yes.
I still like sometimes those you open those and there's none in there. And then Chris just loves it when I say, honey, bring me toilet paper. And he's all, "Ugh." And then he runs and you see the door open and he throws it in and he runs away.
So he doesn't love it.
Right. But I mean, he hates it. But,
Yeah.
What can you do?
So to all you parents out there, guess what? New study came out about teens and their screen time.
Okay. And it's bad.
The happiest teens only do have screen time 1 hour a day.
Right, because they're doing sports and they're engaged in with their friends and they're doing their schoolwork.
And their self-esteem isn't based on likes and
Right.
social media. They
For
actually
sure.
know how to get their own self-esteem going.
I know, but if you're a really, go-getter kind of kid, you can do all the sports and stuff and do the social media.
You can, but if you're doing all the sports and stuff, you don't have as much
Less
time as
time.
the other couch potato sitting on
For
their
sure,
ass.
who's like posting 20 selfies a day.
So a new study looked at how happy adolescents are compared to how much time they spend on their phones. The ones who were the happiest only spent an hour a day on texting, video chatting, playing games, browsing the internet, checking social media, everything combined, just an hour a day total.
And you know what that tells us? That we would fare the same way. So
yes.
like if we only did it for an hour, we'd probably be better off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Unfortunately, we have the excuse of it's part of what we do. We do the show, we promote, social media is a way for us to have a relationship with our listeners that you couldn't have before.
Right.
So, I mean, that's our excuse for being on for a lot.
I think yesterday I had 0 on
See,
social media.
Really?
I've had those days.
It was awesome.
That is good.
I've definitely gotten busy or just been with family and stuff. And,
Yes.
But then I'm like, I missed it.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean?
So the new study, then they found out that the kids who got like 1 to 2 hours of screen time, they were next in line for the happiest, and so on and so on and so on.
Yeah, the kids that were most depressed had 8 hours of screen time.
Yeah, just about. Kids should not spend too much time on their phones, parents. It's about raising somebody that knows how to socialize and knows how to be like self-soothe themselves without likes.
No, for sure. It's kind of like a crying baby. You got to let them have to man up and
right.
know how to not cry. But
Do you know I got somebody we were talking about it on the Everyday Show, speaking of crying babies, there's this sleep method, right? And you literally train your baby like after 3 months, you cry, like if you cry, you can cry it out. I'll give you like 45 minutes because I don't have time. Like if I know your diaper's changed, I know you're not sick, I know
It's
everything's
attention.
cool.
Right.
It's attention because then the baby's training you. Every time I cry, you come in.
That's like Yoshi trains Chris every time he goes to the back door. Chris lets him out, even though he was just out
Exactly.
10 times.
Right.
And then Chris and I get in a fight because then Chris sits down on the couch and looks at me when Yoshi goes to the door and goes, let him out. And I'm like, I'm not falling for his let him out. And then Chris is like, you're mean. You let him out. And so I'm like, and then Chris gets up and goes and lets him out. Comes back in 2 seconds later. Or the best happened the other day. Chris goes, let him out. And I was like, he doesn't need to go out. Chris gets up, storms over there, opens the door. Yoshi turns around, doesn't even go out. And I was
Yes.
like, you're a sucker.
Hey, Yoshi has tricked me. Has Yoshi
Right.
tricked you,
Every
Bolsey?
time I come over. yeah.
Totally.
For sure.
Yoshi's like, can I go out? I'm like, oh, you poor thing. You haven't been out.
I know.
Only 100 times.
Right. And then in the hour you're there, you realize, oh,
Okay.
this is now the
This
5th
is
time
his
I'm
thing.
letting you out, Yoshi.
You know how there's always advice that's like that, this advice you gave about giving a baby their time to, if they're dry and
Yeah.
everything else. So there's always the opposite advice. So I just saw a meme the other day. It's weird that you bring this up and I didn't watch the whole thing. It was a video, but it's all never ignore a crying baby.
You can't.
It gives them real, issues later on in life. And you're like, well, which is it?
Yeah. Well, no, what you're supposed to do, everybody, is the baby cries. And like in the first 10 minutes, you walk in, but you don't say a word. You don't turn the light on. You just make sure that there isn't
Dry.
anything serious with
Right.
the baby.
There's no monster.
And then you walk out. Baby keeps crying. You give it now 20 minutes. And then you walk in. You don't even look at the baby, touch the baby. You just walk in and let them know you're there. You walk back out. Like there's, like you build them up to
little baby steps.
Right.
So then
It's like a dog being left alone. The first time,
Right.
you can't just leave them alone for 8 hours. You got to let them
They'll
know,
freak out and they'll-
I will be home. You
Right.
can trust the fact that eventually I'll be home.
the routine.
Yeah, exactly. So with the baby, it's like, but Avery, like after 40 minutes, she'd be gone. She'd be asleep. That's cool. But no, Gianna, she would push it. I'm like, oh my God, how much do I have to fight you?
And then so it's
So like 5 hours she was crying. I'm kidding.
oh my God. So we didn't know because we went and saw a movie.
Yeah.
But when we got home, still crying.
Still crying. I couldn't
Surprise.
believe it.
Right.
I checked her on the monitor. She was still crying.
Cry baby.
So the researchers also looked at studies from previous years and found that the overall happiness of teenagers has been on a sharp decline since 2012. That was the first year that more than 50% of Americans owned a smartphone. So everybody out there.
Well, you know what? Sorry, it's like it's. I'm sure it's just the same for everybody, but it's like wherever you go now, it's like everybody's buried in their phone.
Mm-hmm.
Adults, kids, teens, whatever, and it's like it's just a thing, you know? And it's like, I love the commercial, like I said before, where the mom turns off the internet and everybody's, all right, let's have dinner.
Yeah.
Like, I think those are the families that are probably doing the best.
Families that have dinner together have the most successful kids.
Right. And
Isn't
so,
that crazy?
Right. And so if your kid is way over an hour on social media, you're a bad parent.
There was the money couple. There's Scott and Bethany Palmer. They come on the Everyday Show
Yeah,
and
I've
they
seen them.
teach you about money. And they also are really good at teaching you how to teach your kids about money. And so one of their things with the texting and the phone and stuff is they literally make their two sons who are like 16 and 14. So they're right in the middle of it.
Right.
They make them charge their phones downstairs in the kitchen overnight. So the boys, when it's bedtime, the boys they know how. So they're teaching their kids, you sleep. When it's time to sleep, your body needs it. You sleep. You don't need to be like tempted with your phone.
Right.
You'll
Dad will
have
be
all
down
day
here.
with it.
Dad will be monitoring if some weird girl's sending you inappropriate pictures.
Dad will be watching, ready for him.
He's all, Amanda, huh? Wink.
Okay, so we also have the rudest things that you can do when you text. Speaking
Okay.
of social media, do you want to get into that?
Yeah, let's do that next because I actually have a story because my friend Cliff sent a very inappropriate text.
Yes. But before we get to that, let's read these text lines
Yeah,
that
yeah.
apply to being paranoid from our
okay.
last break.
Oh, yeah, from the guy outside?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, there's two of them. The first one says, I don't smoke, but I'm so paranoid. I check all the doors multiple times a night to make sure they're locked. I even get up in the night to double check. Sunday night, my husband had to work through the night because of the weather, and I had 2 minutes of sleep because I could hear what people were doing in New York. Everyone is suspicious to me. Everyone. The car 3 blocks away, the person coming from the park walking down the street, you're all guilty, and I'm watching you.
You know what? It's so true. And since there has been a rash of break-ins and people going through locked cars and stuff like that in my neighborhood,
Right.
I'm on it. So, like, if I even hear the wind knock over a trash can or anything, I'm like, up.
So you're not sleeping.
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't trust any sound because I've let a sound go before, and that was when they rifled through the car.
Yeah.
So now I'm super lock everything down. But, you know, that was, I busted those kids that were going car to car. Remember, they were like, I saw them in the neighborhood. And at first, because I was laying on the couch, I was downstairs, and I heard some talking on my neighbor's drive, and we have long driveways that go up on the sides of our homes.
Right.
And so I heard talking, and I was like, a little early for people to be leaving to work or something like that.
Right. For there to be more than one person outside.
For sure. So I jumped up and I see people walking down their driveway.
Okay.
So I'm like, clearly these people just left their house and it's late and they're going to go get in that car that's in front and drive away.
Right.
Nope. They walked across the street and went to the alley across the way. So then I was like, oh my God. So then I was about to like call the police, and then I was on the phone and I saw them and they were like, it was too late. I couldn't call the police. They were coming up my driveway.
Ooh.
So then I like had no choice but to go to that side window where they were coming up my driveway, and I flung the window open, which made the alarm go, wah, 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 and I go, get the F out of here!
Yeah.
And they ran away.
Yeah.
So then that was good, but then I was like, they're going to come back.
They're mad.
They're mad now. They're going to remember my house. They're going to be like, you're the one who scared
For
us.
sure.
Right,
For
so-
sure. And they did come back.
Right.
And they rifled through your car.
No, I don't know if it's the same crew or whatever. And then we get all these emails now who are like, you know, hey, somebody went through somebody's house, or somebody caught somebody in their garage, or I told you
Okay,
the one
the
the other day. The
creepiest
people
one
that
was- tell everybody that.
Well, I said on the air the other day, the family that was home, somebody broke in their house, their alarm went off, police came,
While they were sleeping.
right, and so the police came, and you know the police are the ones that are like, let us go through the whole house.
Yes.
And they found some guy just hiding behind their heater.
Downstairs.
Right.
Whoa.
Like, and that's crazy. So that
Just like
means the
you
dude.
could easily go, oh, I don't know what set it off. Maybe they ran away and then they're still there.
See, but a lot of people be like, oh, you know, it's okay. You don't have to check the house. Or you're like, don't go down and find all my marijuana. You don't have to do
Right,
that.
exactly. You can't do it if you have like slave labor of, you know, Chinese kids building
Yes,
phones
you
or something
can't.
like
You
that.
just go, no, I'm okay, officer.
You're
Everything's
all,
cool.
that's where my hookers live.
Yeah, no, I'm okay, officer. Everything's cool.
No, because if you don't have them go through it, you have to go through your house for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a kitchen knife.
But then what happens, like, The fact that
Stab!
right.
Behind the heater. Stab!
So you stab your heater.
Right. He's like,
The fact that he hid, that's creepy.
I
That
know.
means that he was like planning on bad intentions, or he was going to stay down there until everybody
left. And then he goes
robbed the
upstairs,
house.
makes a sandwich,
Right, lays in your bed and does something inappropriate.
takes a deucer,
Right, totally.
Top tank,
right? Uses
Top tank.
upper decker.
yes, uses towels as toilet paper.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh.
The fact that y'all say that makes me worry about both of you. And finally, this one, it's so funny you guys are talking about this. I got up early for work this morning and heard my back patio door close.
Whoa.
I have a Rottweiler. She ran to the back door. I freaked out. I'm 8 months pregnant. My husband works at 4 a.m., so I'm alone. I feel bad letting my dog back out, but she was scratching at the back door, so I got my shotgun, and stood in the back window while she went outside. Nobody was there, but I had a small heart attack.
Right? She's all,
Oh my gosh, I feel you.
she let the dog out. Well, they'll kill the dog first.
You hate to say
Right.
that, but you're
No.
hoping that the dog will startle the people.
Oh,
and they'll
hell yeah.
run.
Rottweiler?
Especially a big Rottweiler. coming at me.
Run!
Oh,
Yeah, so make sure you lock your doors, everybody.
yes.
Paranoid?
Oh, we got more.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And let's see. Funny you're talking about the creeper. I had a creeper outside my job. It was late and I was leaving, and there was this guy outside that looked creepy. So I told my coworkers, he's just standing there watching us. I wait for my coworkers to all leave so we can all walk out together to our cars. So anyways, we all get in our cars. And the guy stands over the trash can. I hear him clipping his fingernails. Ugh, people are weird.
Right. I'd rather you be harming a hamster. I don't know.
Oh no!
No,
Don't
I'm
say
kidding.
that.
I'm kidding.
Don't say that
I'm
either.
kidding.
Wait, there's one more. Roll that down, Volties. Does it go down more? No,
don't see it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty scary out there, especially when you see all those Ring videos of people just trying to get in their front door.
Yeah.
And then people going, hey, what? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's pretty creepy.
Yeah, you have to have something that shocks people and makes them go to another house that's not as protected.
For sure. And then, yeah, those Ring floodlights are amazing. And the new Ring thing, that's the camera that goes up. So, yeah, those are awesome. We definitely need those everywhere.
I was going to say everywhere.
Paranoid much?
I need them on my child.
I'm not going to smoke pot today.
Yeah, right.
I don't care what they say about me.
And now,
I go dumb, I go stupid, I get crazy.
come on and clap.
It's Kathie J's Stupid News.
Oh, this is such a nice story. A guy with Alzheimer's forgot he was married and proposed to his wife again.
This time she was smart enough to say no. She's like, oh, hell no. She's like, you're one of those mean Alzheimer's that hits.
Oh, yes. Oh,
They
yes.
can.
They can. I thought you were just going to say, he leaves the toilet seat up. He never cleans up after
He
himself.
packs all his clothes and leaves.
So the guy is in New Zealand. His name is Michael.
Okay.
He got diagnosed with Alzheimer's back in 2010. So he's had it for 8 years. He's been with his wife, Linda, for 34 years. And she's
And
stuck by
Linda.
him. And Linda. She stuck by him through all of it. Earlier this month, though, he forgot they were married and he proposed. She was sitting in a lounge chair at their house when he walked in the room looking nervous and said, Oh, Linda, will you marry me?
She's all not without a ring.
Right, exactly.
She hid her other ring.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, I've been waiting 34 years for a bigger ring.
Exactly. She thought, I want a big wedding too.
And of course she said she would. She said she didn't want to ruin the moment for him and figured he'd probably forget about the whole thing the next day anyways. But when they woke up the next morning, he hadn't forgotten and he was ready to set a wedding date.
She's all, damn. Of all the times.
I know, right? Hey, where are you getting this money?
Right.
You don't even remember.
She's like, surely he'll forget about it before he orders the cake.
Her friends helped her plan a ceremony this past Saturday.
And then he's all, what the hell are you guys doing?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't want to marry you.
Yeah.
Trying to trap me down. She says she kept expecting Michael to forget about it,
He's been faking the whole time.
but he never did. And the fact that he remembered for 6 straight days was absolutely unbelievable and truly the test of love.
Wow, that's cute.
Oh, it's cute. That is a good story. Oh, this one, not so good. 2 teens sneak into an abandoned hotel and cops use not just 1 police dog, not just 2 police dogs, not just 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10
Shut
police
up.
dogs, 11 police dogs to track him down.
Oh my God, so it's an abandoned hotel. So you're like, do you hear that? You hear the chains and a little bit of running of the nails on the
Right.
thing, and you're like, huh.
Do you hear that? Oh my God, this place is haunted.
You're so weird about this. None of these rooms have doors.
Right, exactly. Like, why'd they take that off? There'd be nowhere to hide.
Right.
Glad nothing's coming.
Dogs! Run! And the elevator won't close. Hit the button.
All right, exactly. Oh my God, I would be freaked out.
And the cops are like, this is going to be fun.
Totally.
Somebody's getting bit.
Right. An 18-year-old named Nicholas and a 17-year-old friend. They snuck into an abandoned hotel in Middletown, Ohio last Wednesday.
Which sounds totally terrifying and scary.
I know, but if you're a teenager, you're bored, there's this abandoned hotel.
I know.
Curiosity killed the cat. You're totally going in it.
I know, but if it's at night, no way.
Have you ever gone into an abandoned building? I've gone into a house that was at dark, nighttime. You couldn't see anything.
One time I was in a warehouse just to prove that I could do some killer dance moves. I shot a music video in there. Can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
It was really cool. And I
Who's
did a lot.
bad?
Right. It was more of a, it was just a really cool dance sequence.
Do you remember any of it?
It was a pleasure.
What? Pleasure
Principal.
principal? You're a dork. So they were bored, wanted to check out the place, but the problem was 2 city officials were having lunch nearby, and they just happened to look over and see the
Look at
guys.
those idiots. Look at those idiots
Look at
going
those
to that
idiots. Yeah,
hotel.
they're going into that hotel. That's private property. They can't be going in that hotel.
They're going to go do meth.
Well, you know how when we get the stories of the people who decide to rob a store when the cops are in there?
Oh, right.
Doing,
Idiots. Right.
like,
It's like,
kids
I'm going to rob the
shopping with
grocery store
kids.
while a bunch of cops are in here.
Right, kind of the same thing. There was an entire team of officers training a dozen canine units nearby.
They're all, oh my God, we have a real life incident. We can use it.
Let's do it. This is our training, boys.
Right, and the
Release
dogs are
hounds.
they haven't even been fed today.
Yep. So the entire team of officers with there was 12 of them, but 11 went. They were the ones who responded because they were closest. They surrounded the hotel with 11 police dogs. And it's it's a hotel. They could have been in the very middle of the hotel. They weren't hearing anyone yelling outside.
No, for sure.
Then they moved in on the teenagers.
Oh my God.
One of the dogs eventually found him hiding. Duh. Yeah.
Right, they're all, somebody pooped their pants. He can smell it.
According to the cops, the dog showed force and scared him pretty good.
Whoa. Yeah, now they definitely peed.
Yeah, we're totally.
Right.
And
At
least.
Right.
Like, you're going to be mauled. I'm sorry. 11 police dogs?
Oh my God.
Like, they're trained to
One
know
is bad
exactly
enough.
what they're
Right.
doing.
Oh, yeah.
So they immediately gave themselves up. Thank God the officers weren't too far behind the police dogs so they could rein them back in.
Right.
And all they had to pay was a $100 fine for criminal trespassing. Something tells me they won't ever do that again.
Right, you could have just went and got a hotel room for that.
Yeah.
A
Right.
regular hotel room.
Yeah, no lie.
Yeah.
And finally, a vigil.
It's V-Hill, Kathy.
Right,
It's V-Hill.
exactly. Tammy V Hill, we miss you. V Hill, I hate you. A vigil for a burned down Taco Bell ended up drawing 100 people.
Oh my God, so the Taco Bell burned down and they had a vigil for
Yes,
it?
and then a lot of people showed up.
Looking for their check. They're like, I work here.
On Sunday, 100 people gathered in Montgomery, Alabama to hold a candlelight vigil for a Taco Bell that burned down last week.
Ooh, I bet as it was burning, it smelled amazing.
Oh, totally.
Chips
Oh
and
my
beans
God.
and meat.
Delicious. Like, if you only had some sauce to put on it. So the Taco Bell shares the same parking lot with an Arby's right next to it. So
No, they did it.
Everybody, oh yes,
It was them.
Yep.
everybody piled into the parking lot, and they held candles.
Do I say goodbye to yesterday?
They held candles. There was a musical performance. Everybody talked about how the other restaurants in the area couldn't meet their needs without the Taco Bell got there.
Right, like so all the other fast food places brought like potluck. They're like, we brought a bunch of Arby's sandwiches, and
Exactly.
McDonald's brought fries. and
Right.
Chick-fil-A brought dipping sauces.
One lady said Waffle House is open, but if you really want to get full, you've got to have $10. Sometimes they're out of waffles. How can a Waffle House be out of waffles? Taco Bell, they're never out of tortillas.
Do me forever.
Here, I got some audio for
Okay,
it. Listen,
good.
listen.
Always remember Taco Bell's Zelda Road. We're just out here giving remembrance. I mean, I think it was the best Taco Bell in Montgomery.
I can't eat here.
I felt like I lost a family member.
Well, I'm hoping we get closure tonight and we can move on to the next cause. But we're here supporting Taco Bell tonight, and that's what's important.
I'm hurt. My feelings are hurt. I got to go all the way to Perry Hill to get some Taco Bell. Hurts my feelings.
Y'all need to get a life.
Yeah.
I know.
Y'all
You know
two
what?
have too much free time.
If you're in a small town and that was your only Taco Bell, I
Right.
get it. You got to drive 30 miles to the next county line to get another Taco Bell.
You know, it was just a couple of years ago that the guy who invented Taco Bell died. Uh-huh. And I made a meme that they wrapped him in a big burrito and buried him.
Just how he liked it.
Right.
Thank God nobody was hurt when the Taco Bell burned down, and the owners say they were overwhelmed by the vigil and they plan to rebuild and reopen as soon as possible.
How many people listening are going to Taco Bell today
I know,
because
right?
of this story?
I totally want Taco Bell.
We need a percentage.
Oh my God.
Call or text us now
I'm so excited.
on the YOLO Rum phone line.
Alexa, will you be my friend?
Of course we can be friends.
303-728-3420.
You seem very nice.
Definitely hit us up here if you ever text somebody the wrong thing. Like you meant the text to go somewhere else, but it went to the wrong person. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get some of your stories. We posted that on our Facebook page. But call us or text us at 303-728-3420. We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Right. When texting goes bad.
Right. And it's like, because sometimes like you've been in the heat of a conversation with somebody.
Yes.
And like it could be sexy. And then all of a sudden you send.
Somebody else tweets it or texts in.
Text you. Right. And then you swear to God that you're sending it to the right person.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know.
Yeah. Why aren't they hitting me back?
Yes.
Oh, I said it to the wrong person.
Yeah, nothing like your mom calling going, why is there a penis on my phone? What?
What, did that happen with you?
Well, I mean, that wasn't a wrong text as much as we put the cloud on.
Yeah.
And it made all our devices go to everybody else's devices. So,
That's right.
yeah, it was not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So your mom did see.
Right. And
Junk.
it was junk. And it was,
Wow.
yeah,
I'm like,
whatever. So you had an extra kind of stupid story?
I did.
Which
Oh,
it was
God.
just funny to hear you laugh, and I'm like dying to know what it's
Yeah.
about.
Okay,
Go on.
okay. Wait, let me.
Oh, by the way, Wiggins is out today, so producer Bolte is in the house.
Yep.
Yes.
Wig will be back tomorrow.
Okay, so this is just for you two.
Oh no.
A group of people in India
Okay.
thought an asteroid landed in the middle of their village earlier this month. Did you hear this, Bolte?
No.
You're laughing.
Okay.
It sounds like Joe Dirt. Oh, that's just a frozen turd.
I'm thinking it's an episode of The Simpsons starring Apu.
See the peanut dead giveaway.
Is it? Gross. Is this? They saw an asteroid, or they thought it was?
They thought an asteroid landed in the middle of their village. No,
Well,
but it came from the sky.
Right. These are the same people that if a baby's born with extra limbs, they're like, it's a god.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, for sure. Right. Okay, so Bolte, I hate you. You and your white
Did I
trash
get it?
references. It was a 25-pound block of frozen feces that fell from an airplane.
I knew it.
Okay.
Ew.
Why are airplanes allowed to do that?
I didn't know they were.
When I've heard about it before. They go through people's homes and stuff. That could obviously kill somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And can you imagine having to be like, our mom died when a big frozen turd hit her.
Yeah.
It was 25 pounds.
And you know what? It wasn't the turd that killed her. It was the infection she got after the
Yeah,
turd
totally.
hit her.
Scraped
right.
her arm.
Right.
It scraped your arm. Yeah. Villagers in India mistook a frozen poo that fell from an airplane for either a UFO or a piece of space rock. A sphere of icy feces weighing 26 pounds.
Icy feces, the new flavor of Slurpee. Icy feces.
Come by
I'm not
today.
getting that one. I ain't getting that.
It
I'm not
looks just
falling
like
for your
Coke.
ice. I'm
It
not
looks
falling
just
for
like
your
a
icy
Coke
feces.
Slurpee.
Gross. Oh my God, now you said Slurpee. I totally want a Slurpee. I hate you. So anyways.
Watch,
this-
it's super easy. Pizza.
Yeah, I,
Now I
totally
want a pizza.
It fell from the sky in a village on the 13th, sending locals into a frenzy. There was a big thud, and people of the village came running out and of their homes.
It hit some Indian lady, right smack dab in the middle of the forehead.
Oh,
It looked like a laser
She was looking
sight.
up.
Right, it looked like a laser sight was on her head.
It's all in her eyes. It got in her
It
nose.
hit me in the third eye.
Villagers thought it was an extraterrestrial object. Others thought it was a celestial rock, like in third
But they
eye.
all agreed it smelled like ish.
They all took samples home.
Oh, yes. This is worse than the Tide Pod Challenge.
way worse.
The amateur space rock collectors took home frozen clumps of human feces.
And they all started worshiping it. How remote is this area?
Yeah, it was particularly discomforting to know that people put the poo in their fridge to better preserve it, thinking again it was an asteroid.
They're like, it's radiating power. Still smells like ish.
Villagers who kept it inside their refrigerators are disappointed that now they have to clean their house.
No ish.
Not unheard of for human waste to crash to the earth from overhead passenger jets.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry.
It shouldn't be allowed.
Right, because from what I can tell is when the planes land, these people have to go in and hook up cords and stuff and
exactly.
suck
I
stuff
watch
out.
them.
So there must be some airlines that are like, sorry, we're full. You know, and have to like release it.
They say, contrary to popular myth, airplanes do not routinely flush into the sky.
Right, because sometimes when you're flying, you can hear in the belly of the plane where the pipes and stuff are. You can hear the belly of the plane go.
Gross.
And then you look out your window, and then all that blue stuff just goes everywhere.
And then does your plane actually go faster?
Yeah, your plane is like,
it just
thank God.
It's like a purge.
Right.
Obviously, authorities are very happy that the ice poo didn't hurt anybody, because it could have caused serious damage to property or injuries to people and animals.
Except for those 3 people who ate it.
Right, hoping to get superpowers. Oh, disgusting.
Super bad breath.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Good morning, you guys.
Now with more us.
You rock.
Better music, less commercials, more Larry and Kathie.
I just love you both.
I learned something new this weekend that I've been wanting to know what the answer was, and it's it's not good.
Okay.
So I'll tell you about that, but I know we got some texts. It's a doomsday kind of thing, but at least we know now.
Shouldn't we all know now?
I thought we knew, and I thought I knew, and then now it's disheartening.
What are you talking about?
I'll let you know after you read some texts.
On the text line, morning, guys. I missed you yesterday. I was totally lost all morning without you. Oh, we love you. We're glad to be back. This one says, our son's friend decided to play ninja and walk around our windows. This is about being paranoid.
Oh, my God. People you hear a noise. What was that?
Our Roddy, another Roddy, kept growling. We couldn't see him, and finally we released him. So the friend, you could hear him knocking stuff over as he jumped fences to get into the other yard.
To try to get away from the dog. Ah! You hear swing sets and barbecue grills.
Right.
Dear Lord.
Yeah.
And he's trying to tell the dog, you know me.
You're right. Hey, Brutus.
Hey, who's that guy?
That's plumber Jimmy. Jimmy the plumber.
He's cute.
Yeah, he's totally cute. His whole family was cute. I met him this weekend. He just, on the text line, Jimmy just sent the picture that he and I took this weekend at the stock show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so.
You went to the stock show?
I went to the stock show on Saturday.
Oh, that's cool. Did the girls get to see the animals?
Yeah, they got to see the animals. We really went because I needed a black and white photo of Gianna dressed up like some sort of whore at a saloon, holding a Jack Daniels bottle.
Okay. I know those kind of photos.
The kid photo.
Yeah.
Right, I needed the kid photo.
Kid stuff.
Right. Isn't she cute?
Little baby prostitute, little saloon girl.
With those fishnets and that bottle of Jack.
Wait, so you went to go get the old timer photo?
Yeah, because
cool.
Avery had one when she was a little kid, and it's an adorable photo. So
cute.
I couldn't wait another year, so I needed her to.
Right.
And the one at Elitch Gardens, at Elitch's, they don't have Jack Daniels bottles. I needed the alcohol in the photo.
It wouldn't be legit.
So anyways, when we were done, we were wandering around and stuff and ran into him. It just so happens it was the craziest thing. So Gianna, she has a cold. So we were like, we couldn't stay too long anyways.
Okay.
So I was like, well, let me go over here and be under we were outside where all the food was.
Okay.
So they had those heat lamps.
Oh, cool.
So I was like, I'm going to go over here and stand under the heat lamp with G while they get the food.
Okay.
And it just so happened the table I posted up next to was him, and he listens every morning.
Wow, he's hot.
Yeah, no, he's totally cute. And again, his wife, everybody's really cute.
Oh, his
Good-looking
wife
family.
ruined the whole story.
The girls, they were a good-looking family. Was it Nicole? Jackie?
I'm sure it was. You remember everybody.
I know. It's one of those two names.
It's Jackie Nicole.
Yeah. So it was hella cool to meet you, and thank you again, as always, for listening to us. We love you for that.
Okay, so this whole thing where Hawaii got the false missile alarm, it was kind of like one of those things where, this whole North Korea thing back and forth with Kim Jong-un and Trump talking ish to each other.
Missiles.
Right. And
Rocket
so
Man.
In the back of my head, I'm thinking, well, clearly, we have the military might, and we could, make them completely disappear with our military might. And, then I got to thinking, well, when they said that missile was on its way to Hawaii, I was like, we have the technology to just get that missile out of the air.
Yes.
Right, to protect us. That's why we spend so much on this, that, the other. Yeah. So then I was watching Zareed Zakari. He's just got a show on Sunday. He's an Indian guy, but he's got a show on CNN.
Okay.
And he's very informative. He's just very world thinker.
Okay.
He's just really smart, and he covers the right stories. So then they have this missile expert on who's about nuclear missiles and stuff like this. So I'm thinking, okay, I've got to watch this to put myself at ease.
Yes.
This guy's going to tell me all the things I need to hear.
Right. Don't even worry about it. Wouldn't even made it back in the atmosphere.
America,
We would have shot it out.
Right, exactly. We have a thing and
we spent billions and billions of dollars.
So Zareed Avakari, or Zazakari, whatever his name is. He says,
way to respect the guy, Larry, by getting his name right.
Zareed Zakari, I think is how you pronounce it. So he basically, in the piece, he says that we spend about $600 billion on military annually. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, here it comes. Tell me, guy. And the guy's like, well, we can't really shoot a missile out of the sky.
Oh, no.
And he goes, as much as people think, he's like, we've done it a couple times with some heat-seeking things or whatever. He's like, but when you really look at it, a missile that, let's say, North Korea would shoot at Hawaii would be going like 11,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And he's like, that shooting that with another missile is like shooting a bullet with a bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, to be able to find it, but you have heat-seeking. You have a heat-seeking missile that'll find it.
So we would know if it launched. We would get the heads up because we would see the signature that it launched.
Yeah.
But shooting it down is not an option. Like, in other words, that to me, I'd be like, oh, clearly we have 30 minutes.
Right.
That's how long it would take. And he said no, that we're not there yet. Or like,
how are we not there?
I
We
know.
started this gangsta.
I know. And then so he was saying something to the effect of, like, to assume that they don't have the capabilities is the wrong assumption because they've been firing missiles for the last 20 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Perfecting it, getting their things smaller, getting the fusions that they needed.
Right.
So now they've got everything they need. And he's like, we don't want to test the theory of thinking, oh, maybe their missiles aren't all that.
Okay.
So that's it. I just wanted everybody to know. We're done.
That Trump is pushing it.
Well, yeah.
Still-
Before when he was talking ish, I was like, you tell him. You tell that little rocket man. And now I'm like,
we'll blow him up.
Right, because we've all been at the bar and the guy that's talking all the ish, that's super loud jerk, gets punched once and he's knocked out.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Right. And so it's like he's talking bar talk in a fight with all of us in the
we
in the background,
get
right?
hit too with those.
No,
Exactly. We just wanted to come and have a good night. We didn't know that you were going to start a fight. Now I'm getting stabbed.
Well, and then the guy said that, he said back in the day, like, people were like, get under your desks,
yes,
for the drill. Mm-hmm. And Zareed was like, well, obviously that's stupid.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, well, he goes, here's the thing. He's like, when the bomb went off somewhere else, or in Hiroshima, the people that were in wooden buildings fared better than the people were that outside. People that were in concrete buildings fared better than the people that were in wood buildings.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So it does mean do try to take shelter. Mm-hmm. Do go in a basement.
Get low.
Right. Don't just get low. Don't just leave yourself outside.
Right.
Which a lot of people ran outside.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some form of shelter, but that should make you feel good on a Tuesday.
Okay. So
we're all dead.
One more time. We don't have anything that can shoot a missile out of the sky.
Not that's guaranteed at all. We can definitely attempt it.
Can we send 10 of them to try to get it?
Sure, but then those miss and then end up hitting what we were trying to protect.
I know, but if our fighter jets can lock onto a target up in the sky, why can't our missiles?
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I had no faith from this person. That's what they do. You know what I mean? There was no little glimmer of hope or we're almost there.
Great.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It was more like we got to figure out how we're going to figure this out.
That's not the answer.
We've never had anyone actually want to shoot them in the sky before.
Right.
People just say they have them.
Well, enjoy your day and have a good night's sleep tonight.
Thank you, Larry.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Better music,
Less commercials.
more Larry and Kathie.
As usual, we like to talk about food on this show.
But this is a different, positive.
Kind of healthy food. Like, we're trying. We're trying, everybody.
We're trying.
And as you see that there's a lot of trends, people trying to I'm going to not do sugar like
Yes.
Kathie's doing.
Yeah.
And people detoxing, and then a lot of people are going plant-based.
Yep.
And I've been talking to a ton of people because they'll message me and be like, oh, what should I try? I just started.
Yes.
And so I've become everybody's like, avoid this, don't eat that. And, the whole point to going plant-based is to try to eat more plants.
Yes.
So there's a lot of faux meats and faux cheeses, which are great. But the whole point is to try to get more plants in your food.
To get the actual nutrition that God gave us on this beautiful green earth.
Thank you, Kathie J. My
Yes.
sister got me a cookbook, and it's called Thug Kitchen 101, I think is what it's called. Thug Kitchen. And
So it's like chicken and waffles.
Well,
right?
it's
yeah, right.
Yeah, Thug Kitchen,
Life.
Thug Kitchen 101, and it's all plant-based. And it's really good. So we finally started. I've been trying to up my kitchen game for a while.
Mm-hmm.
My mom made this rice when we were growing up, and now I know how to make this. I know how to make Spanish rice. I'm calabasitas and corn. I know how to do all that now, and fideos, and I'm really upping my game.
Yeah.
So when Lynette gave us this cookbook, my sister, we started looking through it, and we were like, okay, let's try one of these. And we made spaghetti pie, which is you use like a cake thing.
Okay.
That you make a cake in.
Cake pan.
And
the round cake
the
pan.
round cake pan, and I have the ones that unlock, and then lock up. So you put your spaghetti mixture, you basically put in the blender onions, artichoke hearts, tomato sauce,
plants.
All this other stuff, and then you grind that up, right?
Yeah.
And then you boil your pasta, and then you shred some zucchini, and then you mix your cooked pasta in the zucchini with some olive oil, and then you throw in that other stuff you threw in the blender, and you mix it all with the spaghetti, and then you put it in that thing,
Yeah.
and then you press it down, and then you bake it for 25 minutes. And then it comes out like a little cake. And
No, it looked delicious.
Yeah.
It looked really good.
It was awesome.
Did it need more sauce though?
I had a sauce on the side, so you could.
I was thinking that.
Right.
Yeah, but if
I
you
need more marinara sauce.
Yeah. There, I had a whole
Or
bowl
spaghetti
of it.
sauce.
Yeah. So when you cut the piece, then you put the marinara on top of it.
Oh, yum. Good
Yeah.
job.
And-
I still can't get past the title of the book, though. It sounds like, to me, it's misleading.
Right? You think it's going to be toilet wine from jail?
Right, exactly. Thug Kitchen. I'm going to think that it's like the easiest way to make your government cheese sandwich.
No, it's not like that. But I mean, when I mentioned it in this post, a ton of people were like, "Have that cookbook, love them." I guess there's a series of them, and
Oh, wow.
a lot of people were like, "Oh, have it," and it's amazing. And so you make these dishes, and they literally you're thinking, "Well, this can't be comfort food because it doesn't have cheese in it or something."
It looks like there's cheese on top.
Oh no, it's not. And
What is that on top that makes it look like there's cheese?
Okay, there's this stuff that you buy, and it's called. It's called. I'll tell you what it's called right here.
Okay. Is it like a cheese type thing?
Yeah. It's kind of like it's.
Don't do that hand motion.
Oh,
He's like shaking a can, but it didn't look very.
It's
Parmesan.
good.
I think it's called Noke or Nuke or.
Okay.
I want to say it's not. It looks like gnocchi, but
Okay.
it's not gnocchi. But
Okay.
it's called something else, and it's a yeast. It's a yeast type product, and
Okay.
so in a lot of these recipes, you use it in place of cheese.
Okay.
and it really does give things a cheese flavor. But if you put it in your mouth with and ate it straight, it doesn't
Disgusting.
taste like cheese.
All right.
But once it's in a dish, it brings cheesiness to it. And I even made my own vegan queso, which
Oh, yum. How's that?
that's good because that was I got that recipe from the those fancy videos that are real fast, so delish or
Yeah.
whatever, and
Like Pinterest.
yeah, or just tasty, or they're called tasty. And with that, you get like your cashews, right?
Yeah.
You soak them in water for like an hour.
Wow, this is too much work already.
Listen, it's super easy. And then in a pan, you do onions and garlic and carrots and stuff like this, and you saute that.
You're losing me.
And then Why? That's super easy. And then once you stir all that, you put that, you drain the nuts, and then you put all those in the blender with that yeast.
It's a lot of work.
Right. I don't know. But then you grind it up, and then you heat it up, and it tastes a lot like queso. I'm not going to say it tastes like Velveeta, but it is amazing.
That's what I was just going to say. I have the best recipe for queso, and it involves Velveeta, and that's not cheese.
Yeah.
So
sausage.
It is cheese-free.
It's a cheese-free
Dairy-free.
queso dip.
Right, because it's sodium glutamate. 5. What did you make? Because I know that you've been trying to stay away from sugar and up your kitchen game.
Yeah, 2018, my good job was to actually like cook real meals. So let's see. So I did a thanks to my friend Brooke. She gave me some recipes because I have the Instapot.
Okay.
And that Instapot is so cool.
Okay,
like,
that's
it'll
kind of
cook
like
a whole meal in like a half hour, like raw meat and everything.
So it's kind of like a cross between a crock pot and a pressure cooker.
Yeah, so it just steams the hell out of it as fast as it can, and then voila!
So does it lock the lid?
Oh yeah, totally. And then you got to release the steam before you can even open it.
Okay, so then
you got to like, you know how the radiator, when the radiator's overheating, you got to slowly
release you can't
that.
just open it,
you'll
blow up.
You're gonna get it in your eye.
So this is kind of like set it and forget it. Right.
So I made some sort of like chicken and noodles, like cream of chicken kind of flavory
Ooh, that
thing.
sounds
It was
good.
delicious. And then the next night,
did you put biscuits on that? Was that your chicken pot pie?
No. Last night was chicken pot pie.
Oh, okay.
And then I also made, and this was my favorite, it was chicken that I had been marinating in barbecue sauce.
Okay.
And I had some garlic butter rice that I cooked broccoli in, like steamed the broccoli with it. And then all together, it was this delicious barbecue chicken steamed broccoli. It was delicious.
With cheese?
There was no cheese needed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was damn good.
Wow, Kathie, you seem like a lady.
I know,
like
right?
Like a real wife.
I know.
Killing it.
Yeah.
I know. Well, it's only been 3 meals, everybody, but still. There's like real leftovers in the house. It's not like, here's leftovers from this restaurant.
Yeah.
Here's leftovers from this restaurant.
Sorry, that's what I've been learning is, and we're, you know us, we're definitely like eat out all the time people too. But it's like all these years that your mom was like, oh, learn to cook. And you're just, it became obvious that I, did not have the same skill set as my mom and sister. Mm-hmm. But now that I'm putting effort into it, I'm like, okay, I'm doing it. I'm actually making good dishes.
Growing up, I never wanted to learn to cook because I was fighting the girl stereotype. So I was always like, I don't need to cook. That's a woman's job. I'm not gonna fall for that. Like I'm not gonna be trapped in the kitchen for 6 hours and people eat it in 12 minutes. That's crap.
Fool.
Yeah, and then you get to college and you're like, I don't know how to cook.
Right.
And like I couldn't even boil water. I couldn't even like reheat. Like the spaghetti, I couldn't even do spaghetti noodles with spaghetti jar sauce. Like one time I tried it.
I saw you ruin that. Kathie, because when you pour the spaghetti sauce out of the jar, sometimes you put just a little bit of water to loosen up the rest of that sauce.
I didn't know that you put a little bit.
Kathie put a whole jar of water in with her spaghetti.
Soup.
Right. So spaghetti soup. Yeah.
You live and you learn.
You learn and you learn. And so we're learning.
Right.
And so I love now that I'm learning, like I want to teach you the recipes that I know.
Well, you know what? Listen, that cashew crap, like that's just that's a big deal.
I'm going to give you a super simple one.
Let me just
Here's
get
the super
slow
simple
into
one.
the white trash living.
No.
The normal,
Here's what you're going to do.
What?
You're going to go get Minute Rice has Minute Rice, then they have Minute Brown Rice, and they have Minute Wild Rice.
Right.
You're going to go get the Minute Wild Rice. In the package, they're each worth, they're each a cup of rice.
Yeah.
So you're going to open 3 of those.
Okay.
And you're going to put it in your glass
That's pretty
Pyrex
expensive.
dish.
You just 3 of those. I mean, those things are like $2.69. I can get the big.
You're making a
box
big
over
thing
here
of rice, so you have
$2.
leftovers. You have
Okay.
4 people eating at your house.
Okay.
All right. So you're going to put those
Seems
3
excessive.
into the
Expensive.
glass Pyrex.
Right. What's
And
a glass Pyrex?
A glass like a baking sheet, like where like you could
like a glass cake pan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to put the 3 things of rice in there.
Pyrex.
Then you're going to do 2 cans of onion soup.
Okay.
And then you're going to do
Like onion soup or just the onion spices?
French onion soup.
Okay.
You're just going to throw the cans in there.
Liquidy soup. Okay.
Yes. And then you're going to get a stick of butter.
Uh-huh.
I use vegan butter, but
Of course.
you're going to chop that up into like 4 or 5 pieces.
Put it all the way across them.
Yeah, just randomly place it.
Yeah.
And then you're going to pour vegetable broth. You can use beef broth.
Yeah.
And you're going to fill that up till the rice is all covered.
Sure.
And then you just put it in the oven for 40 minutes. And you're also supposed to put a can of mushrooms in there.
Yeah.
Pre-sliced.
Yeah.
Drain it. Don't
Okay.
put the water in there.
You're killing me.
I know.
You've lost me.
Why? That's like 5 ingredients.
I need something
So
that's
then you
written
stir
down
it
and
all.
I read it over and over again.
I'll write it down for you.
Okay.
And then you stir it, throw it in there.
We're not those kind of rice people.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's just, like I grew up with rice all the time. It's not like it's not like I always want that much rice.
Wow, what a bitch. I was just trying to pass a really good recipe off, and
You
now
tried to
she's
pass
not a
it off to
rice
me last
person.
week.
Now she's not a rice person.
No, I just
You know what that is? You're racist.
You're
Oh,
racist.
There's a lot of people texting in with texts that went bad.
Oh, with recipes?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So do you want to get into those or do you want to come back?
No, you can.
Okay.
I just feel bad that I just gave you this amazing rice recipe that was super simple,
Yeah.
and I lost you at the 3rd ingredient.
Like she said, she's just starting to get
I know,
into
but I mean-
Mr. Bolte, can you cook?
Yes, I'm a very good cook.
Are you really?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay,
It's
so if
fun.
you remember the recipe he just said out loud.
Oh my God,
Or do you need
it's
written
literally
down?
I would need it
rice,
right now.
onion soup, broth,
You're losing me.
and mushrooms. That's it. And the butter. So there's like 4 ingredients. You can remember that.
Okay. But why? What do I add to this rice?
Nothing. You just add love.
Love.
No, I mean what's the rest of my meal?
Oh, so then you would make chicken breasts on the side, and
Oh,
this would be your rice.
gotcha,
Or
okay.
you can make
Side.
steaks, or you can. You realize the rice is a side dish. I guess if you chopped up meat in there and like it was already cooked, you can make a hearty rice. I don't know. Weirdo. We don't eat rice in my house. I grew up with rice. We hate it.
Well, you have it the whole time. It's always like on the stove in a big old.
Well, this is above and beyond rice. Like to me, it would be better than your average rice.
Okay.
It's got a little something going on.
Okay. So go into the text messages. Ready? You had asked. What did you ask people?
What?
Sending bad texts.
Oh yeah. If you send us where you sent the wrong text to the wrong person.
Yes. This one says, I was really into a girl. We started to talk dirty to each other in the middle of it. My mom texted me, and I was quick to respond to the girl I was seeing and said, I can't wait to put it in your beep tonight. And not seeing who I sent it to, my mom texted me back and said, son, you're not putting anything up my beep tonight.
Oh, that's when you just want to crawl in a hole and die.
Yeah.
I felt so stupid when I saw her later that night. Oh, God.
That's just got to be the worst. Like, you couldn't have sent it to a worse person.
Yeah,
like
right.
Your mother.
Your mother.
I would have rather had my grandmother get it. Because then you're like, oh, Nana.
She's just old.
You know, whatever. You can't trust her.
Are you sure that's what you're reading,
Right.
Nana? You
Why
lost
do you
your
even
glasses.
have a phone?
This one says, my father-in-law sent a group text to me, my husband, my mother-in-law, and sister-in-law saying, send me a slut pic. Seriously? Okay.
Oh, my God. That was way too much.
So now the whole family knows you're cheating on mom.
Right, exactly. And now the whole family's like, I have no good slut pics. I wouldn't send that one. No. Look fat.
This one says, once my boyfriend and I were texting. And this was when Jersey Shore was so big. And we had a joke about DTF.
Right.
Down to
blank.
So I was, yeah, you're right, Bolte. You were going, oh, there it is. I texted my boyfriend DTF with an eggplant, a heart, a banana, thinking I was so cool. And I sent it to my mom, and my mom loved Jersey Shore. So
she knew what it was.
meant.
Oh.
There was no getting out of it. P.S. Love you guys. Miss you. When's the next happy hour?
That's actually this Thursday at the Alamo Draft House, Stapleton. Definitely come. We're there from 4 to 6.
There's an Alamo Draft House in Stapleton?
I mean, on Colfax in
Sloan's
Lake.
Alamo Draft House, Sloan's Lake.
Right.
We'll be there from 4 to 6. But, I like those one listeners that came last time. They hung out with us, had drinks, and then they went and saw I, Tonya.
Right.
Or they went to a movie after, like at 5:40 or something. That was pretty. That's the way you do it.
I've been hearing so many good things about that movie.
You have to go see it.
I know. And the person that texted their mom accidentally, I would have just told my mom, yeah, Mom, I need fruit. I need eggplants.
Right.
I need to get lemons. That was my shopping list.
You know my potassium's low.
Right.
I need bananas, as many bananas as I can get.
Down to, you have to figure out what the F would be. Down to fresh fruit.
Again, all of
Fitness.
it leads back to
Down to
fitness. And the mom's like, you don't
Nice
work out.
try. Snooky.
This one says on the text line, my sister and I my sister-in-law and I were texting about our father-in-law. He's a serial cheater and he was cheating on his wife. I accidentally sent him a text meant for my sister-in-law discussing the latest situation and called him an a-hole and a man whore.
Oh, my God.
That's probably a good thing he got that
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you need
Oops,
to know
but
what people are
there you
saying
go.
about you, you loser. This one says on the text line, one time I was trying to text my manager about how much my supervisor was getting on my nerves. I accidentally sent it to the supervisor. He spent the next month asking everyone who that text was meant to go to. But I didn't feel bad. I just kept asking him if he wanted to talk about it.
Girl, do you need to talk?
You need to talk
Wanna
about
talk
it?
about
Is
it?
everything okay?
That's hilarious.
A few months ago, I was upset with a friend because she is so self-centered. Anyways, another friend was asking if I had heard from her lately, and I said no. We were going back and forth. Well, it was like we summoned the other one up because she texted me. So I thought I was texting my one friend when I replied, I haven't heard from her in a few months, and she just texted me and if she could have one of my old phones. I said, absolutely not. She can't have a phone. To the friend that I'd been texting. So I thought, well, let's just say I never heard back from the self-centered girl. It actually was a relief. I was exhausted hearing about her daily complaints about everything. So I believe it was a blessing in disguise.
That was totally like the Mean Girls three-way call.
Totally,
It's like,
right.
You totally think I'm needy.
Oh, yeah.
She's, yeah, that was hilarious. We also want you to continue sending those stories in to 303-728-3420. You can also call us with your story. My friend Cliff is going to call with his, which started this whole topic. And then we posted this on our Facebook page, so we'll catch up with everybody who posted their wrong text story.
Call now.
303-728-3420. Blazing Hit Radio.
I'm sorry, I guess I dialed the wrong number. Call or text now.
Hello? I know your secret.
We definitely want you to call with your text that went to the wrong person.
Yes.
We're getting a lot of those on the text line, but you can definitely call us as well, 303-728-3420. And if you're on your app, you can just go to the menu and hit shout out and tell us what happened when you sent somebody the wrong text.
These are good.
Okay.
Okay, this person, you asked them on Facebook.
Right, this is on the Larry and Kathie page.
Oh, thank goodness, says Cheyenne. It wasn't just me. I was so frustrated with my phone this morning, I'd sworn off Android devices and plan on going to my phone carrier later this week. Oh, I'm sorry. This is about the fact that we weren't here yesterday.
Okay.
I can't tell you what a horrible drive it was without Larry, Wiggins, and Kathie. I was forced to listen to other morning shows in Denver. They all suck. What the hell? How do they keep their jobs?
Right?
So I ended up driving an hour and 20 minutes in complete silence. It was better than listening to those idiots. That's nice. What a compliment to us. Thank you, Cheyenne. So happy to hear you'll be back in the morning. Yes, we're here. This one says, ready? Mm-hmm. Jen says, I was babysitting for some friends years ago. They said they'd be home by 10. I didn't come strolling in until 1 a.m. I had a 30-minute drive home, and I thought I'd text my other friend saying, remind me to never sit for them again. And it actually sent it to the friend who I was sitting for that night. I realized it later that morning after I woke up. I called them in a panic to explain that I was clearly joking. Yeah, they didn't buy the lame excuse. I never babysat for them again.
I know, but they were the ones who actually did the lame thing by
10 and 1, that's a huge difference. 10, 11, maybe in there you could say there was, sorry, we were late.
Right, and they should have been the ones going, hey, our bad, so
Totally,
sorry. We didn't mean to make you feel that. We'll never do that again.
Totally.
Instead, they got offended. That's like somebody that cuts you off and almost kills you in traffic. You honk and they flip you off.
Oh, totally.
Not
I'll
feeling
follow
that.
you. A lot of you are lucky that I'm always running late. Because if I had more time in my day, I'd find you. Okay, let's see. This is all about us being off yesterday. Hang on. A lot of people had to restart their phones.
This wasn't a complaint, but I did start the post off by saying, hey, sorry we were off the air,
okay, that
blah, blah, blah.
explains it, right?
And
That
then I
explains
asked the topic. I should have done them separately.
Yeah, you should have. Missed you guys. Thought it was my phone. Where are you? Are my headphones not working? Yeah, Larry, I thought it was me. It wasn't just me. I restarted my phone, restarted the app, turned off my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it was definitely us. It was our fault. And then
kept restarting my phone, was wondering what was wrong with my phone this morning.
Yeah, we had a show loaded and something was wrong with the station. So basically we had to troubleshoot it, and then we were back on the air. I think before 10.
Yeah, I was like, no, not today, Satan. It was fine though because let's see. Oh, I was dying, especially when Larry was making fun of Wiggins about what if he still had his retainer. When you do your retainer voice, it is
Wiggins
hilarious.
with his retainer. By the way, Wiggins isn't here. He'll be here tomorrow.
Yes,
He has
producer
a very
Bolty's
important meeting.
Producer Bolty's here, though.
Yes.
here. You can do it too.
We can all do it, Kathy.
I can't do it.
Yes, you can.
How do you do it?
You just kind of like Mr. Keaton.
Okay.
Yeah, like Mr.
Still
Keaton.
can't do it.
Yeah, like, I guess you would just force the air like from your tongue.
From the sides.
Yeah, you
See, I can't do it, Bolty.
Yeah, you be like, that's my braces, and my parents paid for them.
And the squirrel off of Ice Age.
Right.
I love that guy.
Oh yeah, that's right. I can't still can't do it.
It's okay.
Yeah, I can't do it.
All right, so.
All right, this one on the text line. I'm about to nerd out on you, Larry.
Okay.
This is from Sean. Sean Furlong. His name actually came through on the text line.
Okay.
Sean says, I work for the company that makes the missiles that don't hit other missiles, which isn't accurate.
Okay.
It's not 100%, but it's more accurate than it doesn't work.
Okay.
There's a whole other side of it that'll make you sleep better. Not sure if you want to know about it, but I'm here if you do.
Yes, Sean Furlong, you can make me sleep better. Yeah, but here the thing is, it was disturbing. He's talking about the fact that earlier I saw on the news that if North Korea sent a nuke to Hawaii, it would take 30 minutes to get there. And I was like, I was assuming that it would be shot down.
Right. We have a missile that shoots their missile down.
Like so much so that they'd be like in Hawaii, like, stay laying out.
Right, exactly.
Stay on your paddleboard. We got this.
Right.
Right. But then the guy on CNN was like, the expert was like, nah, we don't have anything that can necessarily make that happen. We've had some things that, we've been able to do that before, but it's not a guarantee. By no means is it like, a sure thing.
Right. It's like when you said a bullet hitting a bullet in the sky, but at least our bullet is like can lock in on that other bullet coming our way.
I know.
But it happens so fast, and it's a small little needle in a haystack.
Right, it's going 11,000 miles an hour, and the guy was like, think of how big the sky is. Like, you try to track that down, you know what I mean?
Totally.
And I feel like they can't just say, hey, we'll just shoot it down, because then people won't panic as well and try to evacuate still. They'll be like, oh, they're going to shoot it down. We don't have to hide.
Right. That's what you
still
think.
Hide.
Some people even said it did make it into the sky, and we shot it down, and we just put it out there that it was a fake missile alarm.
Right. Well, and then like in the past, like people have accidentally shot passenger planes they thought were missiles. Yes. So it's like, if you can accidentally shoot down a passenger jet, maybe you can purposely shoot down this missile.
I'm hoping for the best. So thank you, Sean, for letting us know.
Yeah, thanks, Sean.
That it's not 100% bad news, but
it's not 100% good news either.
Right.
But at least somebody's on it.
All right. So we have been talking a lot about texting this morning. And, like when you sent the wrong text to somebody.
Right.
My favorite is still, I can't wait to put it in your beep tonight. Reply, son, you will not be putting anything in my beep tonight.
Oh, that's just
still my favorite.
Yeah, that's a jump off a bridge.
So now this new survey came out. What are the rudest things that you can do when you're texting?
Okay. Well, which is what you did to me yesterday, not reply at all.
Okay, I was busy.
You had the whole day off. I just found out she had the day off. So I texted her like 3 or 4 times yesterday, and I'm thinking, man, she must be on some video shoot or something for the TV, just swamped.
No, I just wasn't even near my phone.
Which is crazy because when she's here on the air, the phone never leaves her. She checks it 20 times a second.
Right.
But when she's out of here, could care less.
Right. Totally.
That's rude.
When you gotta do you. Because I'm working when I'm here. Well, I wanted me time yesterday, so I didn't even check the phone once. It was
well, you're lucky that I didn't need an organ from you or something.
Well, you have the house phone.
You know what? I don't. I lost that when I lost all my contacts.
Oh, okay.
And
well, it was your phone.
If you hand me your iPhone right now, I'm going to show you how to do your phone mail.
What?
You know how you don't have a phone mail?
Oh, yeah, I don't have voicemail.
And it's super easy because you just go to that
yeah, you
menu,
do need to show me
and
that.
you just hit it and go, hey, it's Kathy, and it's done.
Okay, we do need to do
super
that.
Easy.
Okay, we'll do that. But here's the rudest things you can do while you're texting. Of course, the rudest thing you could do, don't do it while you're on a date.
Oh, yeah, that's not cool. And if you do, it's got to be like for 1 second, like to be like, I was checking on the reservations.
Or is that when you say, I'm going to the bathroom, I'll be right back?
For sure.
There
Right.
you go.
And then you're in there in the stall.
Right.
Don't do it during a movie theater, during the movie.
Yeah, I'm not into
You can't,
that.
because we
Nah.
all see the screen, even if it's on low.
Yeah, it's
like
still
I
glowing.
still see it.
No, for sure. Although I won't leave my phone off because I need to know if my home alarm or something goes off.
No, for sure.
Right, so-
and it did one time. Where were
Right.
you when it went off?
I was there at the theater.
Oh no, we were in a we were at a banquet.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Oh, no, we were at the
Awards show.
The radio awards,
Yeah.
television and radio awards.
And it went off.
Right, and I just jammed it home.
Yeah, you did.
And it was totally my fault. Like because I had left I guess the back door was unlocked, but the screen door was locked, the metal screen door. So I guess the back door wasn't open, and then the wind blew it open.
Oh, is that what it was?
But I got home. I got there quicker than the cops. So right when I pulled up, the cops were right behind me.
Right. They're like,
I was like,
hey,
really?
we followed you off
Really?
of I-70, you little speed demon, aren't you? That was the one time we won an award, too. And I was
Right.
the only one
I was
there.
like, accept it for me.
Yeah. Larry was like, sweet, I don't have to be there
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh, you know, he was more than happy to leave those people.
Well, I get all adrenaline if the alarm goes off, and I'm just like, I'm freaking out. I never know what I'm going to do if I confront a bad guy.
Oh, totally.
I'm just on my way there.
Hopefully, me pulling in the driveway
We'll
will
make him run away.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Texting while you're out to dinner with other people. So that goes along with date.
No, for sure.
Replying to a text with a lowercase k. That's rude.
I didn't know that. Hey, you got a K. That's okay.
Oh, like K.
Yeah, K.
Okay. I
Like
didn't know there
K.
was a
Sometimes
big
it's
difference
like-
between capital and
65% of people think that's rude.
okay.
I have somebody. I have two people, and they will text their response and then put ... after it. So I'm always like,
Are you waiting to say something? Or are you waiting for me to say something?
right? Or are you not happy about what you just said?
Right. Usually
like-
that's like, do you guys want to go to a movie and eat, or we could ...
Yeah.
Like fill in the blank, whatever you
Right,
thought.
but they'll do. Do you want to go to a movie and eat? ? And
That's
I'm like,
weird.
Okay, what do you
Oh, I know why.
like? Already, I feel defensive.
I know why that's happening. Because if you don't hit the thing or like the keyboard on first question mark, it switches over to a period. So like if you were going to do 3 question marks, sometimes if you don't have the shift button down.
Oh, look at you trying to stick up for these people.
Well, I'm just saying that's what would make sense of because I've done that before where I wanted to do a row of question marks and then it was 1 question mark and then a bunch of periods. So then I have to go back and fix it.
Okay. Yeah,
just-
because you don't want to be an ass doing ...
Right.
To
Right,
be continued.
Or because Kathy and Wick think like, because if I, you guys are getting mad when I go question mark, question mark, question mark.
Oh, he totally does. You've
So
got
now-
it,
Yo.
right, Producer Bolton?
I know.
Right.
But, so first I start with a yo, like you'll
he always
find
starts with yo.
and then some time goes by, and then maybe 1 question mark, which I
Right.
did. I limited myself
Yes.
to 1 question mark yesterday, and then if I wasn't getting her attention at all, so then I started sharing GIFs. I'm all, maybe this sad cat
Okay,
will let her know that I'm here.
One
And
of
then-
the gifs was some chick that was so like nervous, like her eyes were going back and forth, and
That
she was
was-
like nail biting.
That's what's her name. That's oh my god. She had the show.
Brandy.
No.
Oh,
The other one. She was fat and then now she's skinny and she's a lesbian.
Simone. Raven.
Raven Simone.
That's
yeah.
so Raven.
Yeah, that was her. Like she's one of the top gifs where you're just like she's chewing and she's looking back and forth. I'm not all nervous.
3 out of 10 people say that if you just do a 1-word response, you're rude.
It depends. I mean, I don't like if somebody's busy, I can sense that. You know what I mean? If you're in the middle of something and you were still able to get me that 1 word, I'm appreciative.
Okay. 3 out of 10 people say that if you're with somebody that's intentionally waiting to respond to a text, that's rude.
Okay, so wait.
Like, I can't do anything until this message comes back.
Right.
Instead of, I'll just keep living until the message comes through.
Right.
Let's see. If you text while you walk, some people say that's rude.
I've seen too many videos where people fall in water.
Totally, I love it.
And
My
fall in
favorite.
holes. Right.
Yeah, my favorite is still the OG, the lady that did it in the beginning that fell in the fountain.
Right, in the mall.
That's still one of my favorites.
Grab me some pennies while you're in there.
Right, exactly. Get the pennies. Get the pennies. God. Let's see. Oh, yesterday I was on the phone. Remember, I was with you. We were talking. We were on the phone talking, and I couldn't get off the phone because it was an important call.
Right.
With our agent.
Right.
And so I went to the grocery store, So I was walking through the aisles talking on the phone. Then I checked out on the phone up to my ear.
I had a tip for you, by the way, on that. When I'm at the store and I'm on a conference call, because sometimes you're in a meeting or you're with a group.
I can't get off.
Right. And so I mute my phone. So nobody can hear me on my end.
Oh, okay.
So you can still hear you, everything, and then you unmute.
I should, but I did.
Because all I kept hearing was beep. Beep.
Why didn't you could have just said mute it.
Beep. But I didn't want, that's just my move. I didn't want to be like, hey, you should mute it.
I mute it, but I guess I figured since I wasn't talking, there wasn't too much other noise coming through.
Well, I know that like cauliflower was on special.
Yeah.
How did you know? And then I went in Walgreens, but then in Walgreens, the lady was all rude to me because I was still on the phone. And so I put it down and I was like, I'm so sorry. I can't get off of it. It's a conference call. But,
was she nice after that?
She was cool. Yeah.
Okay.
She was like, have a good night. But it still was like, because there are people that are flat out rude. Like they're just talking to somebody.
Oh, no,
it
I
wasn't
hate
an important call.
Nothing's
like
worse.
I couldn't get off of it.
Somebody will be like in the store and they're like, yeah, talking at full level.
Oh, yeah.
To somebody.
Ridiculous.
And you're like, really?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was behind a lady at Southwest. We were waiting to get on the plane and she had her earbuds in. So she was talking like
real
right
loud.
Here. And she wasn't talking into the phone. Her phone was in her pocket or some crap. And so, but I was like, I don't want to hear any of this. And it was stupid conversation about, well, last time he was at my house, he stole the knives. He stole the silver. That's right. Well, I don't know if I'd do that. Well, are you at the kitchen table right now? Like, it was
Is
just
Kathie
like.
J gonna have to smack a bitch?
And she did it the whole time we were standing in line. You're like hoarded together.
Right.
And then like getting onto the plane, she talked the entire thing down. She talked getting into her seat. I was like, I'm sitting as far away from you as possible.
Do it.
And she was an old lady, so she didn't understand the technology as much.
Right.
So
She's talking extra loud.
She was talking
old
all loud
lady
so we all could hear it. Oh, God.
Well, hit us up 303-728-3420. Hit us up on anything we've been talking about, but especially text that you may have sent to the wrong person.
Lights, camera, action.
And now,
all tea, all shade, hunty.
Celebrity Trash and Bash with Larry, Kathie, and Wiggins.
Can I get an amen up in here? Sponsored by the Mike Sowell Law Firm. Call 303-GOOD-LAW.
Here's Kathie J.
By the way, Wiggins is out today. He'll be back tomorrow. Producer Bolty's sitting on the board.
Good morning.
Good morning. So Shape of Water leads the Oscar nominations with 13 nods. The Oscar nominations came out just this morning.
I got to say, I liked that movie. And I liked
Shape of Water, you saw it.
Yeah. And I liked it because it wasn't like all like mamby-pamby.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, sometimes like a movie like that, it's like a whole movie the family will love. And
Right.
it was a little more raw than that, like to the point where I'm not going to give anything away, but the lady, the main chick in it,
Yes.
like she has a lot of solo bath time.
Oh, in water?
Right. So
like the Shape of Water?
So, no, for sure. But it's funny because like you start to see her routine and you're like, okay, she gets up, she boils her eggs, and then takes the bath, and then she's all, and then because they do it in a montage. They're like, this is her life. And then they go her showing, boiling the eggs again, getting in the bath.
No, wait.
Right. And then you're like, okay, clearly this woman lives alone.
Okay, wait, back up. Is this after she's seen the thing in the water?
This is before.
Oh, see, I thought she was fantasizing about the thing in the
this
water.
This is her just like,
Okay, that's her.
I guess I'll be doing this my whole life.
Hey, at least she's healthy.
Right, exactly.
She's got a healthy sex life.
Right. So, but that's why when she meets Fishman, she's all, no more.
Right.
Like,
but I'm still in water?
Right.
All right.
And he's all, I got a weird fish thing. Right. So.
Okay, but here was my question. So obviously I don't want to go see this with my mom.
No, you can.
If she's
Right.
I can't even do the noise. I don't want to watch that with my mom.
I know,
next to me.
but it's such a passing thing, and it's like treated like not like crazy, but I mean, you're just like, I guess she's normal.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
okay. So, but is it like, because you said, I never thought it was a family movie. I just thought it was a serious older person movie.
Well, no.
Is it that, or is it
it's
actually
just a great movie.
Okay,
That's
good.
all I would say.
I
And
love Benicio del Toro. He's the director.
Right. And the girl that is the main chick, like sometimes you're like, she's obviously like maybe 30. And then sometimes you look at her and you're like, no, she's 40. And then sometimes you're like, 28? And then you're like, 42.
Right.
I couldn't get it. I
Can't
couldn't get
figure
it
it
down
out.
what her age was.
I was listening to Howard Stern, and he goes, "It's nice. It's refreshing to see a movie where the lead actress isn't pretty."
It's true, and she definitely like has nudity. So there's definitely nudity in there.
Okay, so yeah, best picture up for best picture is "Call Me by Your Name."
Which sounds dirty.
Totally.
Call me by your name.
Darkest Hour.
Darkest Hour.
Dunkirk.
Dunkirk. Oh, that's the I could
German
not see that.
war.
Yeah, that like you know how that ended. So I was like, I'm not going to see something that sad.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It didn't end well in history. Right. Get Out. I finally saw a movie that's up for Best Picture.
Yeah, that's the music video of JoJo from the 2000s.
Sing it.
Get out right now, the end of you and me. It's too late, can't wait for you to be gone. Cause I know about her and I wonder why I spent all my time. Said you would treat me right, but it was just a waste of time. Time!
Okay, I know the last part. Just a waste of time.
I was going to have to explain to Bolty, he does this from time to time. Excuse me, producer.
Oh, I know this guy.
But you're his friend, so you know him. He breaks
it's
out
like
in
Tourette's,
songs. Yeah,
but
it's
it's
Tourette's.
gay Tourette's.
Pop Tourette's.
He's
Right,
Pop Tourette's.
right.
So Get Out. No, not that kind of pop. Larry, what do you think she's going to do now that Vegas is done?
Oh, she's going on a world tour.
Of course.
Yeah, so she's taking the show.
She's like, I learned how to do it so well.
Right.
Like, I don't sing it all, but
easy.
I've got it down, everybody.
Right, so she's going to be coming to a neighborhood near you. So if you didn't get to make it to Vegas to see Britney, she might be coming to your hood.
Good, because I didn't get to see her.
Yeah.
Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, The Shape of Water that Larry saw, and 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, which is getting so many awards, and I really want to see it so bad.
Yeah, that's another one that looks sad, but it looks really good.
Totally. Directors, Jordan Peele is up for Get Out. Yay!
End of you.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Too late.
Paul Thomas Anderson did Phantom Thread, and if you don't know Paul Thomas Anderson, he's the Resident Evil. So that's kind of cool that he's up for this kind of an award. He's Mila Jovovich's husband.
I grew up a Jehovah Witness, and she's a Jovovich. They're right next to our church. Wait, so what's Phantom Thread?
Phantom Thread is, excuse you, it's Daniel Day-Lewis, and he is a women's fashion designer.
Right, and this is what threw me off because in the trailer, they're like, you can hide many messages in clothing. And so I was thinking, oh my God, he hides messages in clothing. That's his job.
Yeah.
So then I thought, clearly he's like part of the resistance and he's sending military secrets through women's dresses.
Right.
And it has nothing to do with that.
No, nothing at all.
He's
he
just
more or
like,
less falls in love with a waitress that's not in the high society. She becomes his muse, and then obviously things go bad when she wants to leave, and he's obsessed with her.
Right, and then he probably like makes a boner picture on fabric and then sews it in her dress. So she doesn't know she's wearing it. Is that what it is?
It's on the back side.
and she's all,
it goes right up the
every
back
time
of the
she
dress.
moves.
Right. He's all, only I know it's Sam.
Phantom Thread.
Right.
Okay, so Bella Thorne, actress Bella Thorne, I love her. I love her independence. I love her spirit.
Okay, wait a minute. Who is she? Is she the redhead? Oh, okay, no.
She's a bunch of different colors.
Okay.
Her hair turns different colors all the time.
Is she the one that was like showing up at Cannes with Scott Disick?
I don't think it was.
It was a Bella, and I thought initially.
No, it would have been Bella Thorne.
Yeah, because I thought it was a Hadid, and it was the other Bella. So it's like, as good an actress she is, she's still being tricked by the drunk.
Yeah, well, that's true. Well, she does have a serious boyfriend now. I mean, he's a rapper. But, anyways.
Her parents must be thrilled.
She's only 20 years old.
Scott Disick, then a rapper. They're like, we're going the wrong way.
And she's only 20 years old.
I know. And Scott Disick was dating Sophia Richie, who's 19.
Right. Wow, Scott.
Yeah.
You got issues, buddy.
He's handsome.
Okay, so although I think any guy that was 45, if he was rich and had a TV show, if you could get a 20-year-old, you'd go for it.
Not if you have to talk to them.
Right, that's true. Well, you know what? If you see the photos, they're never talking.
No.
They just are next to each other.
Out.
Plus, he's mid-30s. He's not 40 yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was early 40s.
So it still makes sense. But, I mean, his ex is not making it any better. She's dating a 24-year-old.
She looks like a 24-year-old. She looks great.
Right.
So anyways, Bella Thorne got kicked out of her hotel for smoking pot.
Ooh, I've come close a couple times.
Yes, we know.
But
thank God I made it out of there before.
Yeah, that was messed up.
She bailed
I
on you.
had no idea, of course. I had no idea.
No, for sure. But it was you and Wig that bailed.
And Kayla.
And Kayla and I were in there still smoking, and then the smoke alarm went off in the hotel. And then the maid came, and then the handyman came, and then the manager came. And it didn't look right because it just was like Kayla was being so quiet.
Like, yeah.
And she looked so young, and I looked like her boyfriend.
Yeah.
So they were like, huh. And I'm like, I'm gay. I'm like gay smoking.
You're all, look, 2 male. Like, I try to think of what you guys have.
Right.
Because underwear would be the same. Your toothbrush would be the same.
Exactly. I have 2 male suitcases in here. She's visiting.
There you go.
And I'm into guys.
You're right.
Right.
And we're sorry we did that.
Yeah.
So Bella Thorne, but here's the thing. She decided to smoke pot in a hotel in Utah. That's, you're just an idiot. Come on now. So she was there at Sundance to promote the film Assassination Nation. It premiered Sunday night. They were rushing out of the hotel hours before the premiere. There were so many bags, they needed a trail car to carry them. Bella made it to the premiere sporting her dark hair, patent leather thigh-high boots, and metallic makeup. But when they got back to the hotel, the Marriott.
Right.
Yeah,
and you know how you know you're in trouble? You get to your room, and there's that blinking light on the phone. Yeah. And so when we picked up ours, it was like, we're going to have to charge you a smoking charge.
Oh, no.
For smoking in the room.
You're like, that's it?
Right. And so I was like, okay. And then Chris, as we were checking out, Chris goes, and they were trying to say that, and he goes, we don't even smoke. And they're like, oh, let me take that right off.
Really?
Nice.
So we didn't even get in trouble.
Way to go, Chris.
Yeah.
More money for our vacation.
But here's the thing, and this Mrs. Thorne lady should know this too. At the Green Solution, they have these little plastic things that you can buy, and they're called smoke buddies.
Yes. And
you just exhale through them, and they're basically like some sort of car filter in a little plastic thing.
Yeah.
And you can now exhale a bunch of smoke into this thing, and it goes nowhere. It's like the old dryer sheet in a empty toilet paper tube.
Right, but that would still leave some sort of smell.
Oh, for sure.
But
it smelled like...
This is pretty insane.
Right. So it really captures the smoke. So definitely, like, instead of ruining your hotel room or your rental car, you don't have to anymore.
Nope.
It's called The Little Buddy, and I just did a free commercial for it.
Hey, little buddy. Kim Kardashian admits she's totally self-absorbed in Twitter chats with her fans.
That's funny.
She was responding to a fan's tweet that read, "Is it me or is Kim Kardashian so self-absorbed even when she's saying nothing? I like the Kardashians." And then Kim replied, "No, it's not you. I totally am."
Well, and it's true. She's like, it's funny. I was watching the show that I never watch. And she was like, her mom was making funeral arrangements, Chris. And she's like, if I die, I want my ashes taken to this place where they can make them into a diamond.
Yeah.
And so, basically you take the ashes and you really crush them hard and you just like smush them really hard and the carbon makes a diamond. Right.
Yeah.
So Kim couldn't get the concept and she was like, that's not real. If that were the case, people would be killing each other over and to make each other into diamonds. It would be mayhem. So she thought, since this procedure actually exists, that people would be stabbing each other
to make diamonds
out of people.
Yeah.
She didn't get that.
How it's made, right, naturally.
Carbon, pressure,
Kim.
Diamonds.
Oh, Kim. Well, maybe she just doesn't have time to study, Larry, because she's too busy shopping for the new baby.
Right.
She recently showed off a snazzy top with Chicago's name emblazoned across it. Oh, yeah, you did hear that's what they named their daughter.
The baby.
Chicago West.
Right.
Which sounds like a hospital soap opera.
It does.
It does. Tune in tonight to Chicago West.
Doctor.
Right. Will Laura live?
Doctor, when you say terminal, do you mean 3 months or 3 days?
I mean 3 days before you're a diamond, sweetheart.
So congratulations to Kim and Kanye, and now we know Chicago. And looks like, and Chloe, she's around the corner.
Well, and then they showed pictures of Kylie finally made a public appearance because they had a commitment to a photo shoot.
Okay.
So they took about probably 10 pictures I saw, and every single one she's covered in the belly area.
Oh, so she is.
Right, but she's still small enough to look normal everywhere else.
Right, totally.
Right, so her face looks normal and her arms and her legs, but everything was strategically covering
Now, Steve, I still wonder if that's the Kardashians covering it. Like, she's not pregnant, but they know that that's what everyone was going to be looking at, so they hid that.
Nope, those Kardashian girls always pick guys who can really get the... man seed way in there.
Deep.
Not right.
Yeah, right.
Deep.
You got to say dark.
Deep.
Right.
Yeah, that's how you do it, Bolte. And finally, the Razzie Awards. The Oscar nominations come out, and so do the Razzie Awards. And I'd like to say I think most of us have seen all of the ones up for the Razzie Awards. You might not have the Oscar movies down, but you definitely got the Razzie nominees down. Worst picture is going to be a choice between Transformers: The Last Night. Did you
Okay.
see it?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Just like the other Mark
Just
Wahlberg
like
one?
the other.
Okay. 50 Shades Darker. Did
That looks
either of you have to
terrible.
suffer through that?
No, that looks
okay.
terrible.
I had to. And I'm going to have to go see it before it opens February 9th, the new one. Baywatch.
I didn't get to see that, but it's on demand, so I know it's almost to HBO.
Bolte?
Nope.
Okay. Did you go to the movies at all, Bolte?
Not really.
He's pretty picky.
Yeah.
The Emoji Movie.
I saw that with the girls on demand. I thought it was actually funny.
Really? Well,
Yeah, there
it's
was
up
lots
for
of good
worst.
voices. Patrick Stewart was in it.
Yes.
And lots of very funny voices.
And The Mummy. Tom Cruise's movie, The Mummy, which I did not see.
I wanted that to be good, and I was suckered in by the trailer, and then it just lost me halfway through, and I didn't care.
Oh, wait, so you went in, you watched
I saw it in the theater, yeah.
Okay, so out of those then that you've seen.
What's the worst or the best of the worst?
Yeah, Emoji Movie, Mummy, Baywatch, 50 Shades Darker, Transformers.
I only saw Emoji and Mummy, and I would imagine that Mummy's not going to win because it was kind of all right.
Yeah, okay.
I saw The Mummy too. It wasn't
you
that
did?
bad.
Okay.
Right. The girl that plays the Mummy, she's
Yeah.
awesome.
crazy.
Oh, yeah.
She was in
She was in something else. Oh,
the one you love.
Atomic Blonde.
No, yeah, that.
Yeah, she was in Atomic Blonde.
And she was also in the one that you love where she had the knives as feet. It just came out. They had a sequel with Channing Tatum and you hated it.
Oh.
The spy dude.
Oh, okay.
He's the kid, but he's a spy.
Oh, okay. He's a kid spy.
Oh my God! Don't even think kid.
I know what
He's
you're talking about.
25, probably.
Right. You're talking about the guy with the glasses.
You love him.
Kingsman.
Kingsman, too.
Jesus, you too.
Sorry. It was
Right. What
Here
is
I thought,
the
wow,
Kingsman?
we're gonna lose at charades.
This is what I was going to say. Damn it. Here's a really good movie to watch. And I tried to call you the night that I was watching it because it's on Netflix. The Pirates of the Caribbean, the most recent one.
Okay.
It's a really good movie.
Is that the one with Penelope Cruz?
No.
No.
This is with that guy who was in Maleficent. He was the prince.
Oh, right.
And he plays Orlando Bloom's son.
Okay.
In the movie.
Well, that would explain why Larry watched it. He loves that dude.
Okay, first of all, he is the one.
Here we go.
I would shoot somebody for him if he asked me to. But no, that movie is a really good movie. Harvey Bardem or Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem.
Yeah, he's the bad guy.
He's pretty awesome.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah. And there's your trash bag.
Call or text us now
I'm so excited.
on the YOLO Rum phone line.
Alexa, will you be my friend?
Of course we can be friends.
303-728-3420.
You seem very nice.
Yeah, those chicks were hitting on each other when I taped that. Like you put the two together and they start talking, and then it's just weird. It's like, how can two fake things talk?
I don't know.
Right. I saw your two
I was
toys
to say
talk.
the two toys talk at my house.
And they're not even by the same maker.
My Little Pony and the Little Rory Tiger.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
insane.
you just put them in front of each other and the senses start going off. It's crazy.
Producer Bolte's in for Wiggins. Bolte, Kathie says that her house, like in the middle of the night, like some toy will go off.
Yeah.
So nothing's scarier than being in your house hearing.
Right.
You're like, what was that?
Child's play.
Or it'll go, like my voice can't even get as high as those toys do.
Yeah, I'd be smashing that with a hammer.
Yeah, right. We have a guest.
Oh, somebody's at the door? Wow, this is rare. Yay!
Big John.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Producer Bolte, Big John,
Big John from Fox 31. He drives the big truck.
the big weather beast. The weather beast.
Right. In fact, when you see the beast, you're supposed to be like, I saw the beast.
You are. You're supposed to hashtag it. Right. Saw the beast.
Saw the beast.
Yes. And people see you. They hashtag it.
Yeah. They wave, take pictures.
Yeah, that's totally cool.
Do you get to drive that home and put it in your garage?
I wish. It wouldn't fit in my garage, but I wish I was able to drive it home.
Because you drive a big truck normally, a big pickup.
Around 1,500.
Okay, so this one is.
Silverado, 2500 HD.
Oh, yeah.
You know what this is like? It's made and fashioned after the exact same truck that they used in Twister to get all those little things.
Oh,
in
right. Yeah.
the
It
Storm
does,
Chaser.
right, exactly.
They're
the Storm Chaser,
chasers.
right.
These guys don't run from the weather. They drive right in it.
That's right.
Fox 31.
And the weather beast.
Taste the beast.
Okay, so I was gonna read to you the rest of the text messages. Okay, so we were talking about bad texts.
Right, bad text. Sometimes there's like rude text, and then there's also the one you sent to the wrong person.
Right, so this one says, "Good morning, y'all. Missing you guys. Texas don't have any stations like yours."
I reckon.
We appreciate
Don't
it.
have no
You ain't got no stations like yours.
I got kin in Texas.
Yeah, you do.
I got a cousin I kissed there.
Wait. I thought you were talking about your in-laws. No? You have like Ulibarri kin in Texas?
Yeah, but it's the other side because my mom's twin brother lives there with all his kin.
That's right.
In Dallas.
How could I forget that?
Exactly.
All right. So this person says, here's my text. Excuse me. Here's my text to the wrong person. I was at work. Should I do it in an accent? I mean,
I'll go ahead. They're from Texas.
So I was at work and I was texting my hubby and I said, this job is so blank and easy. I could do it in my sleep. Mind you, I'm sitting here with nothing to do. I guess I just milked that clock. Instead of going to my hubby, it went to my boss while he was in a meeting. Glad I didn't send the picture I wanted to send her. It might have been fired.
Yeah, if I'm the boss and I get that text, I'm like, give her more stuff.
Exactly, right. Can I see you a moment, Tiffany?
Right, exactly. Oh, you're not leaving yet.
Yeah. This one says, I've taken screenshots of a conversation and accidentally sent it back to the person I was talking to.
Oh my God, so they
instead of to my best friend.
So they knew they were going to show somebody what a bitch they were.
Right, exactly. Did you see what she said?
Then she said this.
No excuse from coming back from that one, Caitlin.
Wow.
I meant to send my boyfriend a naughty pic that I took, and I was too quick, and I accidentally sent it to my younger brother. Oh, my God, my younger brother. My brother and boyfriend both have a similar starting name. We never talked about it.
She's all, my little brother's now gay.
We just awkwardly looked at each other the first day I saw my brother after sending the picture. You know, he kept that and gave it to his friends.
Thank God we didn't have this issue when we were growing up.
Oh, yeah.
We used to send our siblings characters of us
that
we had done at Illich's.
I always had a really small waist in those caricatures. Big teeth. I mean, not big teeth. Big eyes.
Huge head.
Exactly. So let me see. That was it, right, Bolty? Okay, cool. Oh, God.
Well, we have the big game to talk about. Super Bowl is coming up.
Oh, my God. Larry Ulibarri on sports?
Yeah, I watched the Patriots game and a little bit of the Vikings game, so I know I got a little more than the average.
All right. This is going to be interesting.
So, everybody just don't make your Super Bowl bet yet until we do Larry Ulibarri on sports next.
And now, it's time for... Ball out on three. 1, 2, 3. Ball out. 1, 2, 3. Ball out.
Larry Ulibarri on sports.
Okay, very exciting.
Yeah.
This is really funny. Is I wasn't planning on watching the game. And then I happened to call my mom for some recipe tips.
Yes.
And she literally said to me, aren't you watching this game? It's really good. And I go, oh, I better change it. I was like, what channel is it on? So then I put it on the game and I saw the Patriots win, which just was not good.
You know what? It was a great game, though.
I know.
And of course, like, don't ever take your foot off the gas if you're playing Tom Brady in the fourth quarter. Did you see them all celebrating when it was 2010?
Oh, God.
They were like, yeah, over there, like, getting ready for their Super Bowl plans.
You know who I saw celebrating was the refs and the Patriots. Have you seen those memes? There's a couple pictures where they're just like, yeah!
And the
like
refs
the refs
all
are like
happy.
high-fiving them.
Yeah.
And it's just lame.
But the refs, I mean, it was Boston. I mean, they played on the home turf of the Patriots, so I'm sure the dudes were
they're all on the take.
They were all local.
They're all on the take. The Patriots are so well ingrained into cheating that they now, like these referees who all used to work at Foot Locker, now make a decent wage.
That's true. You know what? They can send kids to college thanks to Tom Brady
the
and
cheater.
Belichick.
Oh man. Okay, so they win.
Yes.
And
great game again.
It was fine. It was sad, but it was a close game. But then the other one wasn't close. It was the Vikings and the other guys.
The ones going to the Super Bowl, Larry?
The Eagles.
Don't help him out,
There you
Producer
go.
Bolty.
He was fanning
his
himself.
arms. No, he wasn't.
I was airing out my pits.
I was waiting for you to go, caca.
Right, the Eagles. And then but it was kind of a blowout.
It was. That was real sad. Everybody was like, come on, Vikings. This is your chance. You haven't been here in 26 years and you've never been to a playoff. Right? Wasn't it something sad like that?
Well, and I'm not into them per se. I'm only into the Broncos.
But you're into the story when it's presented to you.
The story combined with I like the color purple. So I was like, they're kind of cool. I like that color.
That would be the Vikings.
Sounds like when doves cry.
They're purple and they have horns. So they're horny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really have a dog in this race, except now I really want the Eagles to beat the Patriots. But I'm not even going to get vested in that because it's not going to go our way.
No, it never does.
Right. And then some idiot posted on social media. He's like, I love Tom Brady's quote when they said, which your Super Bowl rings is your favorite? He goes, the next one. Ugh, make me sick.
You did. You looked like you were sick when you were just telling the story.
Throw up. Cheater!
We all hate him, but wouldn't you want him to be your quarterback for your team?
If he was our quarterback, I would help deflate his balls. But he's not our quarterback.
We hate him.
No,
we hate
for sure.
him.
But if he brought his flawless wife here and they built a big house, I guess we'd be forced to like him.
Okay, he'd never be down here among the commoners.
No, I know, but
You never hear stories of Tom Brady coming out of a bagel shop in Boston.
I know. He's not like Peyton Manning. I ran into him at Whole Foods all the time.
You did?
No.
Oh. Why are you saying that?
I don't know. He seems like the kind of guy that'd be kind of cool if you met him out and about. Brady wouldn't. Brady has security probably push you away.
Oh, yeah.
Peyton to come up and sign your kid.
Yeah. Right.
Right on the forehead.
There you go, bud.
There you go.
He had his phones in his hands in his pockets when I met him. Even when he
Peyton
took,
Manning.
Yeah, even when he took pictures with everybody that was there.
He's all ain't touching you commoners.
Kind of. That's what it felt like because it was like, and then I didn't know what to do with my hand because, usually I'll put my hand around their back or something.
Right.
And I just was like, okay, my hands are right in front of me, and now I'm doing a thumbs up.
He's all, well, why are your hands in your pockets? Did you try to steal something?
Right, exactly. No.
Where's my wallet?
Oh, my God.
And that's Larry Uleberry on sports.
And now,
Are you going to pass that doobie or what?
The Cannabis Chronicles.
Get it out. Shout at the rooftops. This is great.
sponsored by The Green Solution.
What do we got, Kathy?
Vermont has become the first state to legalize marijuana through their legislature.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty crazy.
So in other words,
instead of a ballot measure,
okay,
they just pushed it right through
because they saw all the money everybody's making and all the taxes.
No, it's Vermont. Come on. Right. Governor Phil Scott signed it into law with mixed emotions Monday night, allowing for the possession of recreational marijuana. Long gone are most liberal states in the country. Vermont legalized the use of it in medical in 2004, recently decriminalized possession of a small amount, and now they just pushed it right through. State lawmakers passed the bill.
So you said the mayor was torn?
The governor.
Oh, the governor. So he was like, did I do the right thing? I don't know, man. I feel weird about it now.
I mean, maybe it doesn't protect public safety like I hoped.
I don't know, but I feel really bad. But then I'm also very thirsty. I've never been this thirsty in my whole life. I'm not sure if I did the right thing.
His concerns were protections against stoned driving and children's access to marijuana.
Well, we've known that being here that marijuana use amongst kids went down.
Yes.
Because they looked how stupid their parents were acting. And they wanted to do the opposite of that. And so that was taken care of. And they even said traffic incidences were down.
Right. No, they did. So are you saying we've pushed our children to Tide Pods because they don't want to smoke weed?
Exactly. They're like, well, I'm going to do something super crazy to get attention. Well, you got attention.
You got attention.
Now you're pooping foam. And now we don't have to clean the toilet. It's self-cleaning. Right.
And one and done, everybody.
Right.
Good job.
Oh, my tummy.
Also in the bill, they have that consumption of marijuana in public places is prohibited.
Just like here.
Consumption of marijuana by operators and passengers in motor vehicles prohibited.
I learned that the hard way.
Yes.
By getting kicked out of a bar where I thought I was surrounded
Larry
by.
Was so it's cool, everybody.
No.
Welcome to Denver. All my cousins.
No, this is what I did. I told my cousins and my uncle. I said, do not be smoking. I gave him some stuff. And I was like, don't smoke this in public. Just because you're here doesn't mean you can smoke in public.
Right.
And then about an hour later, I was on this patio.
You were at Jackson's Hole.
Right. And no, it wasn't Jackson's.
Oh.
It was the other place.
Okay.
It was some other place on the other side of the street.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Lodos.
The Lodos. Yeah,
Okay.
it was. So I was up there and I was in a wedding. But then there was the big patio and everybody was like they recognized me. They're like, Larry!
Yes,
like,
you're like, it's a party!
Right.
Look what I have, my joint.
Exactly. And then, like, all of a sudden, I could tell what was happening because everybody that was smoking with me dipped out. And I was sitting there holding it by myself. I'm all, where'd everybody go? And then there was like a bunch of like Secret Service pretend guys, And then they like completely kicked me out. You got to go. And I was all, okay. And it was like, bye, Larry.
Did you try the Larry Uleberry card?
No.
Okay.
So then I got kicked out, and then I went to the bar on the corner and just was like, I guess I'll drink here.
It's kind of shady.
Met some new listeners, and they were like, hey, you're Larry. I'm all, I just got kicked out of a wedding. And they're like, what?
Did they take your weed, or did they let you leave with it?
It was just a joint, and I think I handed it to him.
Oh, you could have just been
ate
outside.
It.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
No, you could have been outside.
Oh, I know. They're not going to let me walk through the whole bar with it.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Why was it lit?
Well, yeah,
it was still lit when they showed up. Oh,
yeah.
you're an idiot.
I should have thrown it into the street. But anyway, so then
Ain't got nothing on me, coppers.
sitting at this bar, and then all of a sudden my cousin calls me. He's like, we just talked to the manager. You can come back. I was all, damn it. I was like, I hate weddings.
Why didn't you say, sorry, I'm almost home?
Right.
Too high.
I was like, I'm one bar over. I'll be right there. Yeah.
Okay, this guy, note to self. If you're trying to move 120 pounds of marijuana, you might want to secure it on your vehicle. Flatbed trailer drops marijuana packages all over to the Nebraska highway.
It's like he's Santa, right?
Totally, because these look like a pound.
Oh my
Ziploc
God! Can you
baggies at a
imagine?
time. Yeah, 120 of them.
Right, and people that were coming out of their long driveways, the dirt roads, like, what is this?
Thank you, Jesus.
Right.
The crops are horrible, but this will make me feel better.
Right.
Nebraska State Patrol said 120 pounds of marijuana got seized after a package of pot being pulled on a flatbed spilled out onto the highway.
Oh my God! You should put a mattress on top of that.
Something, dude, or put them in a container that you tie down to the flatbed.
Right.
The flatbed trailer was being pulled by a Dodge Ram pickup 3:00 Friday afternoon. It dropped a package containing a large amount of pot onto the highway.
You know where they should put all that pot?
What?
In Tide Pod containers. Nobody's ever going to
see that.
Yeah, I got a bunch of Tide Pods.
But I want you to see the big picture, the picture of the
herb.
No, well, all of it. Hang
right.
on.
Well, and then that person was like, "Yay, no more brickweed."
Yeah, right. Like, thank you, Colorado.
Oh my!
Like it wasn't even
secured.
It almost was like they had it left out in the open.
Right. They wanted to get caught.
Yeah, they were idiots.
Somebody wanted to get raped in prison.
Oh, yeah.
And that's your Cannabis Chronicles.